good morning or afternoon or evening or whatever it is for you guys out wherever you are in the world. Speaking of, from where are you tuning in? I am from the chilly state of Wisconsin, which after, what is it, like 2 or 3 polar vortexes is less, like, painfully bitter, but it's still pretty dang cold out, and I'm not entirely a fan. Okay, actually, I hate it completely. I can't stand cold weather, but hey, it's less brutal for going out shooting now, so progress. Seriously, I'm really looking forward to the spring. Is spring here yet? Can spring be here now? That'd be really, really awesome. If it's your first time here, well, welcome to the 34th episode of Fate of Destinee live stream. It's totally crazy to think I've had 34 episodes. I've missed 2 ever, which was pretty rad, and the only 2, well, it's not rad that I missed them, but rad that the number is small, at least. And both of those was because I was sick. Last week I was still kind of iffy, but I'm feeling a lot better this week. I just took a nasal decongestant, so I won't be like blowing my nose every 12 seconds. Hopefully. I mean, you know, knock on wood. For the newcomers, how I usually like to operate these chats is that I will read your username and then read your comment / question, and then I'll respond to it. If I miss something, well, there are more of you than there are me, obviously. So please, be patient or understanding of that. And also, if I mispronounce your username, let me just apologize in advance. Some people give me phonetics and I try to follow them, but yeah, I'm still bound to butcher some names inadvertently. I promise it's not on purpose, and so I'm sorry if you're a victim of that. Alright, well, hello to everyone. Oh, great. A username right off the bat that I can't pronounce. I really enjoy that you're tuning into a live stream. But I can't pronounce your username. H. What? I'm sorry. I don't know how to say that at all. You have to give me some cues there. I feel like an idiot reading that. But welcome back. Jade says, the stupid German is back. Anyone still remember me? I don't remember you being stupid, but I remember me, continually pronouncing your name wrong, so you actually changed it so I could say it right. Yeah. Brandon McMillan says, just wanted to say I was extremely impressed with the amount of SHOT Show coverage you did. Thank you. It was insanely difficult. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And just because you're talking all day long for 10 hours a day, which some people, that's your job. Like you work in sales or something and, you're a little bit more used to that. But I'm a writer for a living, I edit writing on thearmsguy.com where I write my own pieces. Oh, I have a little side note, but I'm going to finish what I'm saying. Remind me if I don't come back to this segue. But anyway, so you end up talking a whole lot. So a lot of us are getting, sore throats just because we're used to, we're speaking more than we're used to. But by, Friday, I was getting to the point where I was taking painkiller and then going out on the floor. Just, ibuprofen or whatever. Nothing, really crazy. But turns out that was the start of, death by SHOT Show / SHOT Show plague that, killed me for 2 weeks or more. Honestly, I can't even remember ever being that sick for that long. It was not fun. But I'm not sounding as mannish as I did last week because I don't have the sore throat, and I'm going through fewer Kleenexes, blowing my nose every 20 seconds instead of every 12 seconds. So, progress! Nate Schultz, I made it! Greetings, everyone! Hi, Nate! So Nate went to SHOT Show with me, and he totally didn't get the SHOT Show crud, so props to his, +2 to his immune system. Alex the Wizard. Des, are you sneezing slowly as you say that? Not at present. So far so good. Kenneth A. Fuller, coming in from the slippery land of Illinois. Peter Duffy, it's my first time! Yeah, not so sure about that. I'm pretty sure you've tuned in a couple of times before, but I'm always happy to have your additions to the conversation. Charger8924, hello everyone from snowy Excelsior Springs, Missouri. Christopher Watson, I'm with you, Northern Illinois, and I'm freezing my butt off. Randy, glad you're better tonight. Thank you. Me too. It's so hard keeping up the lifestyle that I have with being under the weather. I never, I'll complain now and then about how, I have a crazy sleep schedule and a crazy work schedule, but I really like staying busy, and when you have a head cold, pardon me, it just seems to, make it harder to think, and so I was really struggling to keep up with all of my interests and obligations. So that was a bit of a challenge. I'm glad that it's easier to do what I love doing. Alex the Wizard, Des, why did you mail the snow to me? I had to get rid of it. Sorry, bro. I mean, it's gotta go somewhere. We've had enough of it. Well, I've had enough of it. There are other Wisconsinites who are totally like, yeah, snowboarding and winter sports, and I'm just like, nope. It's cool. I'm a winter pansy. The only reason I have to go out in the cold is if I'm going to go shooting. That's the only thing that makes it worthwhile for me. Paul G. 81 today in sunny Key Largo. Yeah, well, bleh. That's what I have to say to that. Aurora Alyssa, I'm in Yukon Territory, Canada, originally from USA, Michigan. Ah, small world. I've spent some time in Michigan. Lower or Upper Peninsula? Just out of curiosity. Ha Emo Love, Wisconsin, represent! Alex the Wizard, I'm in the current stage of the polar vortex in Indiana. Ew. Aussie Wombat, you always gotta rub in that you're in summer while I'm in freezing pants winter. He says, greetings from 70-degree day in Canberra. That sounds absolutely gorgeous. RDVS87, South Kakalaki. What? That's silliness. But to anybody who I didn't say hello to, hello. I promise I'm not purposely skipping over you. I try to answer as many as I can. Tommy Watt, what do you think about the Taurus PT 1911? Well, let me give you a disclaimer on my thoughts first, because I've only put, 2 magazines through one ever, so not enough for me to give you, a full, thorough report of feedback. First impressions, though, I wasn't as accurate with it as I have been with, Springfield 1911s or Kimber 1911s or Nighthawk 1911s, but doesn't mean it's a bad gun. First impressions does not seem to be as precise, or at least it takes some getting used to, but that's really all I can report on. I mean, otherwise, fit and finish feels like a pretty standard 1911. As far as the price goes, I mean, it's one of the more affordable models, so that's cool if you're looking to your budget firearm shopping, but that's all I got on that one. Ryan Crownover, cool, the pizza's here. Ooh, what kind of pizza? I think my favorite is probably pepperoni mushroom. Although, we got triple pepperoni this past week, and it was absolutely delicious. Needless to say, I'm a huge fan of pepperonis. I eat them like some people eat M&Ms. I just snack and snack and snack and snack and snack, and then they're gone. Nate Schultz says, Des, don't forget that segue. Ah, crud. Shoot, what was I talking about? I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I remember now. As far as writing goes, so y'all know I'm managing editor for the Arms Guide, and we've got posts going up all the time over there, but I'm now going to be putting some additional time into my personal website, fateofdestiny.com. So if you haven't, and you didn't even know that I had a website, stop by fateofdestiny.com, subscribe. It's totally, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be releasing regular content on there, so that's just going to be another avenue for you to Check out information that I have on guns, gear, shooting sports fun, and all that good stuff. But I'm going to be having a somewhat different angle on fateofdestinee.com than on thearmsguide.com. So there won't be duplicate posts or duplicate information. But yeah, let me know what you think. As I'm kind of getting that site revamped, I'm interested in your feedback because I'm making some changes. So, okay, remembered. Leon S. 1911. The only times I go out in the cold are if I'm at the firehouse and we get a call, I'm going shooting, or I'm getting food. Ah, yeah. That seems like pretty legit reasons. I think those, if I had some kind of pull, like I had maybe a family member who needed me to be out of doors for some reason, like, oh yeah, like we had to change the car battery the other day. Oh, that totally bit. It was not fun, because it was like -6 when we bought the car battery, but by the time we were installing it, it was -8, and it was windy, and it was awful, and I hated it. Okay, I'm done pouting. I promise. Well, for now. RDVS87, did you get your hand on the R51? The bank switch made me skeptical after the review. Not yet, but keep your eyes peeled. Stay tuned for that one. Jade, funny thing happened to me last week. I won an autographed poster from Jerry Mikulek. Holy cow, that's awesome! That's wicked cool, man. I enjoy watching YouTube videos of him shoot, because you just don't appreciate how, like, crazy fast that is until you try to shoot a revolver, and you're like, oh, this is me shooting fast. Oh, okay. Like, it gives you these, like, crazy high expectations, or at least it does me, of what I'm capable of performing, and then, oh, maybe I should train like Jerry Mikulek trains in order to shoot as well as he does. Weird. But no, seriously, it is inspirational to me. Gabrielle Chalfa? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing again. Fate of Destinee. Have you done any IDPA competition shooting? I have not done IDPA specifically, but I have done a match of USPSA, and now that it's 2014, the season's going to get started up again pretty soon. I'm looking to do more of that. What I hadn't done this past year is after I tried USPSA, although I totally loved it. Very exciting, and adds, well, it's just one more incredibly fun way to enjoy the shooting sports, for me anyway. So I will be integrating practicing and preparing for USPSA matches. I guess, I don't know if it's part of a New Year's resolution so much as it just is I enjoy the sport and want to do it more, or want to participate more, so. Not exactly the same as IDPA, but, you know, similar. I mean, they're pretty fast-paced sports. Devin Koger, are they still coming out with that SIG MPX with that whiz-bang compensator? Yeah, as far as I understand. They've been a little backed up, I guess, in their production. I've been on a waiting list for the P227, the pistol the 45 pistol that they released the same year, forever. So, I think that the MPX seems like it'd be a really fun and exciting pistol caliber carbine, but haven't actually gotten the chance to shoot it. So, if it becomes more accessible, that would be something really wonderful to try and get my hands on. But, you know, we'll see. David Free Agent Alayon. Or Alayon. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Sorry. Nothing quite like New York pizza, though. Everything does suck butt here, though. I have some family out in the East Coast, so I've been out to New York a couple times to when I'm road tripping to visit, and oh my gosh. New York pizza, or New York style pizza, is my absolute favorite. I've had the Chicago style, you know, the deep dish, but there's something about New York pizza. Fold it, make a pizza sandwich. Crazy delicious. I come home back to Wisconsin, and it just pizza just disappoints me. I can't, like, eat pizza or enjoy it in the same way for the next, like, couple of months until my standards drop again for pizza. It's sad in a food kind of way. Brendan McMillan, my electric bill was over $400 last month. No more heat allowed in the house now. Guess you're gonna be investing in a whole lot of blankets. Put on a sweater! Ooh, here's a fun question. Larry Robbins says, would you go with the Glock 20 SF or the Glock 41 for home defense? If those are my only options, I gotta go with the Glock. Geez. I suppose I'd go with the SF. I think I would, well, you know what, for home defense, I may not need the shorter barrel. That's something I haven't thought about before, namely because I've not considered Glock pistols. I don't own one at all, of any kind. So, I suppose I wouldn't necessarily need the short barrel. And I guess for home defense, maybe the longer barrel would help me with accuracy, but then again, you're at really short ranges inside your house. Gosh. I don't know, I'm kind of at a toss-up. Do you guys have a preference? What do you think? I mean, I'm not a Glock shooter, so it's not like a go-to for me for home defense, any kind of Glock. Jay, do take some vids of you shooting competitively, Des. I totally will. It'll be awesome. David Free Agent. God, I can read, I promise. I've done this reading thing once before. It was cool. David Free Agent Alayon. How do you feel about the Daniel Defense Mark 12? It was awesome. I only got to put like a mag through it shot at Industry Day at the Range, which I guess is their renamed version of Media Day at the Range. But it was awesome. Crazy fun and accurate, which I'm not really surprised about considering that's kind of the reputation that Daniel Defense has established. My own Daniel Defense performs well. Ooh, excellent question. That username that I can never pronounce. I think I like laughing at me not knowing how to say your name because you like never give me any guidance on how to say this. ACHIGURH. That's a little bit less embarrassing for me. Anyway, he asks, what's your next weapon purchase gonna be? I really struggle with this because I get so excited about so many different kinds of firearms. But at the moment, I'm still leaning toward, most likely, anyway, at this moment in time, getting the TZ75. So basically, it is Tanfoglio's copy of the CZ75. Because I really like those style pistols, and I shoot really well with them. So I've wanted to get a TZ to add to my collection for a long time. Gerald Matalavage. New York is a nice place to be from. And Leon S. 1911. New York style pizza is just too good. It's not fair. Hot Emo Love says, New York is awesome, except for their gun laws. Yeah, that's another reason why I like visiting, and I don't want to live out there. There are a number of political issues that I'm just like, maybe not. Nate Schultz from Shannon. I love the makeup and hair tonight, Destinee. Ah, thank you. Oh man, I started wearing liquid eyeliner more, and it is so difficult to get even. Appreciate those eye bulbs. No, I'm just kidding. It's fun. It is difficult to get them even, but, you know, I like being girly, so I'm totally okay with that. Oh no! Larry Robbins says, my Kimber broke! Ah! What happened? How did it break? That's super sad face. Johnny Willits. Hey, Destinee, have you seen that Springfield is now going to make a 4-inch version of the XDS? It appears to only be in the 9mm model, though. I have a video of me shooting said XDS 4.0. And yes, it is virtually identical, except that it has a longer barrel, which it takes a touch off of the recoil, but it really, the XDS9 is it a 3.3 inch barrel, I believe? It's either 3 or 3.3, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.3. It's one of my favorite 9mm single stack compact platforms because the recoil is surprisingly easy to manage. You know, it's hard to have the 3-4 inch barrel pistols and not be really snappy, you know? But Rob Leatham, when I was talking to him about it, he said that the motivation behind that was that there were some people who they just liked the pistol so much they didn't necessarily find an issue with the concealing part of it and would rather have an extra inch of barrel. So they responded to that customer demand, and now you've got the 4.0 coming out. I mean, personally, I'm pretty content with my 3.3. But if I hadn't made that choice yet, maybe the 4.0 would have some more appeal. Alex the Wizard, the Tokarev is an amazing round. I really wish I still had mine. Oh, more heartbreak. Tokarev is... The 45 and 7.62 by 25 are my two favorite handgun rounds. I mean, the Smith & Wesson 500 is definitely fun, but I can shoot a whole lot more Tokarev or 45 ACP than I can 500 Wesson Smith & 500. Bleh. 500 Magnum Smith & Wesson. There we go. I had to slow that down a little bit. But holy cow, I've got a not the original Tok, not the Russian, or the Polish, but the Yugo Tokarev, the M57. So it's got an extra round. The grip's a little bit longer, and the magazines are unfortunately not interchangeable because of that. But man, the muzzle flash off of that, ridiculous! That, and I think it's one of the very few lead-tipped armor-piercing rounds, which is kind of neat, because that round just travels so fast. From what I understand, though, the muzzle flash is so huge because there's a lot of wasted powder, but I don't care. I really enjoy shooting it, and because I shoot it through either my Polish Papasha or through that Yugo M57, I'm not really looking to conceal carry it, personally. Brian B., I saw a nice top break 44 single action today. Reminded me of Cowgirl Destinee. Yeah, Deadeye! That cowboy action stuff is crazy fun. At first, I shoot a lot more semi-auto than I do, auto-loading than I do revolvers. Just, I don't know, in general, I guess that's what I've leaned toward for whatever reason. So I was a little tentative to get into or trying out cowboy action, but I had somebody who said, hey, I'll sponsor you for an event, I'll let you borrow my gear, and well, you know, who's going to say no to that? I had to give it a shot then. Ended up absolutely loving it. It was so much fun. Plus, the whole culture is just very welcoming and warm and inviting and enjoyable. Alex the Wizard, that's one of the many reasons I don't move to Chicago. Yeah, Chicago is a city that I really enjoy visiting. I love the art museum there. I've been to that art museum a dozen times, and I still just adore walking around. I'm a huge just art aficionado, I guess is the better word for it. Which is part of why, I've taken so many art classes in college, and I was going to make art a second major. I just really enjoy it, so I love art museums. But as it turns out, I'm not super awesome at, making or creating art. I mean, some people say I judge my work too harshly. I am probably my harshest critic, but it's a whole lot of work to make your way as an artist, and I'm more passionate about biology and about writing and about firearms than I am about art, even though I really do enjoy it. So I ended up tweaking my education goals because of that. Handgun newbie, welcome, bro. He says, "Hey Des, just popping in. It's been a while since I caught a live stream." Yeah, it has, but I'm happy to have ya. Drew, AR-15 versus Tavor 21. Ooh, I like that one. I'm gonna vote Tavor. I definitely enjoy my AR-15s. I have a couple of them now. But I also have a couple of AKs, so I guess that just kind of ends up happening. They multiply on you. I've got the gun bug. Oh, it's a problem. But the Tavor is, if I could afford it, which it's, I guess, a question of how patient I am and how willing I am to to hold off on other purchases so that I can eventually get a Tavor. But that's really high up on the do-want list. That thing is sweet. And one of the biggest things that I like about it is the fact that, I've got these little T-Rex arms. I can actually operate a Tavor without, feeling like my reach is out here. It's wonderful. It's so comfortable. I just generally like bullpups because of that. But yeah, I'm in love with that. Larry Robin says, "Bye-bye." Oh, are you leaving? Alright, well, bye. I know that's the hello sign, but I use it for bye as well. Hot emo love. Liquid eyeliner sucks. It's tricky. I don't think many bros, get that, because I don't know too many of them who wear liquid eyeliner, unless they're, in a metal band or something, and even then... But still. I like how it looks, though, especially because I'm really big on that, 50s pinup thing. I just love the aesthetic of it. And, well, they largely wear liquid eyeliner. Okay, let me get caught up here on some comments. Sorry, as this moves, I'll be in the middle of reading one, and then boop, it drops on me, and then I have to go search for the comment again. And sometimes they get cut off. Like this one. FJ Karen says, "I spent 7 weeks on the East Coast in 2003. I can't believe how salty the food was, and it cracks me up now that they want to dictate how much of what you'll drink and what you'll have on your food." Something got cut off. I do think that's, personally, I think that what you do with your own body should be your choice. As far as, the food that you put into it and the beverages that you put into it, do I think it's a good idea to eat crap? Probably not if you're concerned about your health. There is the whole obesity thing to consider and all the slew of health problems that go along with it, like heart disease and diabetes and whatever else. But I don't think it's fair for me to tell you you're not allowed to eat XYZ. It's your choice. If you want to be, fat and happy, dude, go for it. I don't think it's fair for me to be like, well, I would never eat McDonald's. It is terrible for you. You should definitely never eat McDonald's because I don't think you should eat McDonald's. But, that's just my personal opinion. FJ Kieran. Destinee, what do you think of H&K pistols, especially their compacts? They have that recoil reduction bushing in there. I like them. I like them too. I have a little bit of a problem with the full-size pistols, not with how they function, but just because they're huge. And my hands are not huge. So the grip does not quite work out for me. But with the compacts, it's just a little bit sized down and it seems to fit nicer as far as, grip goes. And then I don't feel like I have to fight against the grip to maintain good accuracy. But yeah, I'm a fan. Savage Henry, oh, welcome to the chat. I haven't seen you in a bit. I have not had good pizza since I got to Arizona. Jason S. Would you feel justified in defending yourself with force? Wonderful question. Well, first of all, I am not a source of legal counsel, so if you want to learn more about what's legal as far as the justifiable use of force in your state or your locale, talk to a legal professional. My personal opinion is that I am a smaller person. For starters, I'm female, so I'm not going to be as strong or as fast as my typical potential adversary, because typically, if I'm going to be assaulted, it's most likely going to be by a male who's going to be stronger or bigger, faster than me. So if I'm feeling that I'm in a situation where an individual is making a threat against my life or the life of one of my loved ones, yeah, I want the option to... An imminent threat, by the way. Like, I'm gonna die right now if I don't address this attack. Then yeah, I want to have the option of making that decision for myself, of being able to answer with force. But that's only in my area. I'm allowed, because I have a concealed carry permit. I took the training. And it is deemed legal as long as you're within those parameters. Y'all need to figure out what works for you. Gabrielle Chalfa, Fate of Death. Are you excited for more Walking Dead on Sunday? Can we still be friends if I tell you I've never seen a single episode of The Walking Dead? That's all I have to say about that. Tristan Aaron Black, have you ever shot an IWI Tavor? I have, I think, 3 videos of shooting the Tavor, so yes, I have. And I have enjoyed shooting it every time. And it's actually, every time I shoot it, it just makes me want to own one more. So it's a little bit bittersweet, but it's still totally worth it to put rounds down range. And I do also like that it accepts mags so universally. So you could put your like mil-spec aluminum mags or your P-mags or whatever through it, and it seems to just run them like awesome. Mark Rurig, you should try open carry, Des. There are certain circumstances where I have open carried, but it's usually specifically at an event where I'm with other shooters at some sort of range event, like the Second Amendment shoot that Corey and Erica hosted last summer. That's the kind of thing where I'll open carry, but considering the culture where I am and my own personal preferences, I generally end up concealed carrying. That seems to work really nicely for me. Oh, I like this question. This is kind of off topic. Nate Schultz, one of my favorite artists is Salvador Dali. Who's yours? Gosh, that is a lovely question. Just artist overall? Gosh, I can't even pick like painter or sculptor or... Okay. I really like Monet's Impressionist works, but I think I kind of prefer the more Van Gogh's bolder style. I love his use of texture and color. Even how he does his work, you can see the passion in every stroke, and I think that's just as beautiful as the paintings themselves. My favorite art piece ever, of any art piece ever, is the Winged Nike of Samothrace, and that is currently in the Louvre, so it is one of my dreams to one day go to the Louvre and actually see that piece. It is a work of Hellenistic Greek sculpture, and it is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. I don't know, Hellenistic Greek, so I'm not sure who the sculptor was because it's centuries and centuries old. But if you guys know who the sculptor was, plus 12 internet points to you. And I think that pretty much answers that. I do really enjoy Dali stuff, but wow, it is so trippy. Jade, I'd look weird with liquid eyeliner. I think a lot of guys end up looking silly with makeup, but hey, if that's what you're into, that's cool. Whatever makes you happy. My best friend through half of high school wore more makeup than me. He was into that whole punk thing, and so he always had eyeliner on, and that was his deal. So that's It's all good. Brian B. I got a GoPro for my birthday. Now I need to do a review on my Para Warthog and Super Hog. Those guns always seemed overlooked to me. I think Para might get a little bit of might be a little underappreciated because some of the names they come up with are a little silly, like Warthog or the Black Ops. You know, it just sounds like super wannabe tactical. But I think they make great guns. Like we have the Para Black Ops 1911, and it is fantastic. It's one of the most accurate 1911s I've shot, and it's a production 1911. So I hope you enjoy your video making. Jade RDVS 87. It's funny. I'm a lefty, but I shoot everything right-handed. Are you cross-dominant too? Cause that'd be cool. Cause then we'd be in like a club. We should get jackets or something. Thomas Jefferson. Oh, that's a fun username. I dig it. Do you have a favorite carry ammo? Say in 9mm. What I typically carry are Hornady critical defense. Those are typically the rounds that I carry. I'm not saying that's the best ammo out there. If you have something else that just really works for you, that's cool. But that's what I've been running in my guns, and it doesn't hiccup, and I shoot well with it, so yeah. Gabrielle Chalfa, Fate of Death, are you fair-skinned or can you tan? If you are fair-skinned, I feel your pain. You know what's funny is I'm part Hispanic, but I can't tan. Like, I can go out in the sun. I can go out to a tanning bed, which I'm not really a big fan of the tanning beds. I don't know. I just don't. I think I've done it a handful of times ever. But it doesn't seem to matter, because I'll get like, it's just varying shades of fluorescence for me. It's like either I'm radiating glow-in-the-dark white, or I'm white as a ghost white. Like, that's pretty much all I get. I got a lot of German in me. That's probably what that is. Handgun newbie. Nothing wrong with fat and happy. Absolutely not. Oh, holy cow. By the way, we have hit 102 people on the chat right now. That's totally nuts. Let me just stop and take a second to thank you guys, because I understand that's you taking a chunk of time out of your day and your crazy schedules and your commitments to come and talk with me about guns and gear and food and art and movies and music and whatever. And that's really, really awesome. It's fun for me. And I don't know, maybe it's geeky of me, but who cares? I feel like you're my friends, you know? So this is a wonderful time for me, and I just hope that you guys enjoy the hour and a half as much as I do. All, 102... Nope, no, they said something. We're down to 97. LOL. Okay, well, except those last 3 people, or, no, 5 people. They don't count. Just kidding. Jade Des, I guess the HK Mark 23 is out of the question then. I have shot it, and like I said, the fit, finish, functionality, fantastic, but the thing is huge. Like, as far as being able to effectively manage grip during fire, it's more of a struggle than I'm comfortable with, which is part of the reason why I haven't invested in one. Jason S. I typed too much for the live stream. Yeah, I know they have a character cutoff at some point. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but sorry. Just something to watch for. Might help to break up a long comment into a couple of sections, but... Okay, let me read another comment here. Johnny Willits. I was kind of looking into replacing the sights on whatever I got anyway, but I'd rather not spend $700 on a pistol that I have to worry about that happening. Oh, was there something I missed? With sights? I haven't seen... I feel like I just missed out on half of that conversation. As far as like modding my guns go, I'm not opposed to it, but I haven't really spent a whole lot of time improving or altering most of my firearms. One thing I'd like to do though is I have an M9, and I have excess big dot sights for it, but I haven't yet installed them. I love the combat style, the dot and post, or lollipop sights if you prefer. I find that I'm pretty quick with the target acquisition as far as that goes. But I don't know, I guess I just haven't, truth be told, I don't have a really great setup yet arranged for doing any kind of modifications to my firearms. I'm looking to change that, especially because I really want to build an AR-10 and probably a couple of AR-15s. I'm really good at justifying saving up for and purchasing new guns. It's just whether or not my bank account will let me is kind of the question for me. But so eventually I'm looking to change that. So I'm not opposed to popping new sights on a pistol, especially if I find I like all of the other features of it and those things work great. It makes sense to me to want to optimize it, especially now that I own it. And plus there's a little bit of an appeal of just making it custom for me, you know? But I haven't yet changed sights. Unless you count, like, on my AR, I put an EOTech on it for a while, and then I went back to irons. Scott Brown. Hi, Destinee. I volunteered to have a debate on guns in my political science / American politics class. Do you have any advice for me? Wow, that is a wonderful question, and kudos to you for deciding to take up the mantle for firearms rights in that kind of environment, because a lot of times liberal arts education is not terrifically open-minded to firearms. Go figure. I guess the biggest piece of advice I would say to you is to be patient and to not respond emotionally. It's really easy if you watch debates to see somebody get offended or get frustrated, and then they start getting short with how they answer, and that frustration kind of creeps out. And when your debate opponent manages to kind of get under your skin and you're visibly agitated, not only does that take away from the fluency of your response, but it also takes away from your credibility, because it makes you look like, oh, look it, they're just angry and now they've got nothing to say, when it could be that you have a lot of really wonderful, well thought out points to discuss. So if you can manage to, separate that emotional response that may be initially incited, I think you're going to manage a much more successful argument. Oh, and another thing, don't let them sidetrack you. One thing that a really easy debate technique, if you're not being successful in a debate, is, well, I call it the and but, or yeah but, where someone says, maybe you come up with a really great answer to their point, and they go, yeah, but what about XYZ? And it ends up, instead of giving you conceding the point, they derail you. And so the overall impression of the debate ends up twisting back in their favor, even though they did technically give you the point. So hope those tips help. Hope that you can keep those in mind. I don't know, maybe try practicing a little bit with a friend beforehand. But if you can manage those things without being nervous at talking in front of people, that's totally awesome. That's totally awesome. I still get nervous doing debates. I was on a debate team in high school, and it's still a struggle, especially to keep your arguments organized in your head when you really, really want to communicate something and you have somebody else trying to trample you. I have great respect for people who have a talent for that. Okay, let me get through some more comments here. I'm scrolling through to see, so catch some of what I missed. Alex the Wizard says, don't be afraid to derail them back. Watch Piers Morgan videos. If If you can learn anything from his guests beating him in arguments, you'll do fine. Oh, good luck! By the way. Bigfoot 80, Destinee. I have a TZ75 Series 88. Are you interested? Oh, possibly. Possibly. PM me on that. And maybe that's something we can talk in greater detail about. David Free Agent Alayon. RIP ammo is oversold. Stick to the stuff like Spear Gold Dot, Federal Hydroshock, Corbin Powerball, or Hornady Critical Defense. I would be interested in trying the ammo out just to see if it's, worth all of the hullabaloo. But I haven't yet, so. Let me move on. Thomas Jefferson, half the folks that I ride with in my scooter club hate that I carry. Do you have any suggestions on how to respond? I've tried common sense, yet still they disagree. Well, for one thing, patience. Actually, I had a video on relating to anti-gun liberals. And I think I'll give a short summary. But I recommend looking up that video to have more of a detailed response. But in short, I think that ultimately our goals are the same. We want everyone to be safe. We want to protect life. But the way concealed carriers look at it is they want the option to defend themselves and use tools like firearms to protect the lives that mean the most to them. And the way anti-gunners look at the subject is they want to remove all guns from the equation so that they're no longer a threat to life. So if you can find a common ground to start from, I think that's going to be your most successful approach. But yeah, check out that video for some more. Also I had a video on hoplophobia that you might find helpful for that. I'd check that out. They're only a few minutes long each. Scott Brown, thanks for taking my question, Destinee. You're quite welcome. I try to get through as many as I can. Sometimes they slip through, especially because the comments scroll, and sometimes I ramble. Sorry. It's something I've always done. I try to keep on top of that, but Alex the Wizard, I'm too much of a fan of my PDX-1s to blow money on the RAPs. Understandable. Jesse Vanderhayden says that Richard Ryan did an awesome series of vids on RAP ammo just yesterday. I enjoy his videos, so I haven't checked them out personally, not yet, not those ones anyway, but overall, I vouch for the dude. Bradley, I'm a believer of Hornady CDF and that little piece of polymer in the hollow point. Nate Schultz, Dest, Ammo says, bark, bark, whine, bark. I think that translates to, sup, Dest, tell Ares I say hi. Ares is actually snoring in the other room. What's really funny is, so I made a little tiny sliver bitty bit spoil my dog. Ever since we got him home and he was an 8-week-old puppy, I've cradled him in my arms, kind of like a baby, because that's what I do with dogs. So now he very commonly, we call it upside down dog, he sleeps upside down with his feet in the air. And that's what he's doing right now, snoring, and he's got floppy jowls, so they're like, and it's super attractive and graceful. David Free Agent Alayon. Hornady CDF and Corbin Powerball are awesome for the winter. Won't wad up in the expansion cavity in the nose of the gun with clothing, so you won't lose your expansion capabilities. Bobby Hernandez. Anti-gun liberals! We have too many of them in Connecticut. It's kind of surprising considering how many firearms manufacturers have been based out of or are currently based out of Connecticut. At least I've always found that to be ironic. Paul G. At Thomas, I refuse to argue with them. If they go on about it, I just say, I promise not to save you if the need arises. That usually shuts them up. LOL. Double J. I stepped out for a sec. Hobophobia? Is that a year of hobos? Hoplophobia. Gosh. Hoplophobia. From the Greek hoplon. I guess that's arms. So fear of arms or weapons. It was originally a term that I believe Jeff Cooper coined, but since then, I believe it has been made into an actual, or recognized as an actual legitimate fear. Pardon me. David Free Agent Leon. My dog farts so loud in his sleep that he wakes himself up. Yeah, on occasion my dog does that. He's not, like, wicked bright, but I sure do love him, and he is an absolute sweetheart. Bradley, LOL, my coworkers threw me a B-Day party today. I had the week off, LOL. Sneaky. They just wanted cake. Oh, well, happy birthday. I hope you had cake anyway. Douglas Keith Jones, closed my Twitter and Facebook. Oh, alright. Tristan Aaron Black, love my CZ 2075 Rami. Gerald Matalavage, isn't Connecticut the constitutional state? See, irony. RDVS 87. I can't let a corpsman call me a boot now, Gabriel. So, some of you may or may not know, I come from a military family, but I don't have any military experience at all. But I do have a huge respect for the people who make that sacrifice of potentially their lives, but then also the sacrifice of being away from their families and investing their efforts and their labors into protecting our rights. So if you guys are former or active or veterans, thank you. Also, any of you who are LEOs, thanks to you too, because I would not put myself in the position that you guys do every day. So mad respect. And here's a more lighthearted topic. Thomas Jefferson, did you watch the Super Bowl or the Puppy Bowl? I probably should have watched the Puppy Bowl. Probably would have been, like, would have captured my attention for longer. But, no, I watched the Super Bowl. Well, I watched, like, half of the Super Bowl. We got into the third quarter, and I just felt bad for the Broncos, so I just kind of stopped watching and went back to working. Lena Cosine, I remember you doing a video expressing hoplophobia. I recall you had Colleen Noir as a guest, sorta, for that. Are you gonna catch his new show next month? I will definitely be looking for it. And yes, I did have, it was a collaboration project with Colleen Noir. Ooh, I like this question a lot. Drew, what's the best concealed carry holster for 1911 while jogging? First is my disclaimer that I give for all of these subjective questions is that concealed carry is a massively subjective topic. I mean, what fits me, works for me, and, you know, suits my lifestyle is, well, unique to me. So, your mileage may vary. With that being said, if you're still listening, anyway, I really like the, say, pistol wear. That's the name of them. They are active wear holsters, and they are I can't remember if it is neoprene specifically, but it's a neoprene-like fabric, and so they're comfortable while you're running, while you're exercising. Those are the holsters that I wear while I'm running. I've got a couple of different ones. I've got the PT2 and can't remember the name of the second one, because the PT2 is the one that I usually use. But they make them in different sizes. They're generally ambi, or you can get them for right or left, depending on the different style that you want. They have them for full size, for compact, for subcompact, and they have a layer in them that absorbs moisture and a layer that protects the gun from getting sweat on it, which, you know, can be can cause your firearm to corrode. So you want to keep it protected from sweat, but you also want to keep it in the same darn spot. And I found those holsters have been the most efficient way that I've found so far to exercise while carrying. So I'm definitely a fan of those. And I mean, they're essentially belly bands, is they strap around your torso. You can adjust the height of where they sit depending on what's more comfortable for you, what carries better, which is, I guess, another one of the aspects that I like about them is that they are surprisingly customizable. But you just strap them on. There's a big Velcro strap, and they have snaps, so you can strap it on with the Velcro for a really snug fit, but then you can use the snaps to take it off quickly if you have the need to do that. And David Free Agent Elion. Des, is it me, or was that Super Bowl game like watching a snuff film starring football players? I think, like, after the first quarter, everything after that was just Broncos shaming. And so it just kind of, like, felt progressively worse and worse, as you could see them getting more and more demoralized, and once they lost the game in their heads, like, way early on, and it just seemed like there was no coming back for them. But, what you gonna do? It's over now, you know? Better luck next year, I guess. FJ Karen, I'm having issues with finding the right holster suitable to me. I'm a big boy, but I'm also losing a lot of weight. I like the Galco concealed holsters, but the losing weight part is good, but throwing a monkey wrench in at the same time. I don't know if you've considered them or heard of them, but a holster option that I like, they are Aegis Armory, and they're based out of Georgia, but they make some really, they're like crossbreed holsters, but I actually have had better luck with my Aegis Armory holsters than I have with my crossbreeds. And one of the big things that I like about the Aegis specifically, like, most of the, let me start that one more time. The Aegis Armory, the Shield, is the specific kind of holster that I particularly like because it's leather backing with a Kydex shell, and the leather backing makes it fit different body types really nicely. So that might be something to consider. But, Double J, how about that halftime show? I actually dug the halftime show because I like Bruno Mars's music. And the one thing, though, I was kind of disappointed that the Peppers didn't have more than the one song. 'Cause I really love Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've been listening to them for, like, ages. But still, it was fun. Lena Kasane. There are so many concealment holsters out there, I'd suggest trying them out. Hopefully you can go to a local gun shop and they'll let you try them out. It's a lot like trying out new clothes. Yeah, it kind of is. I found, one of the things I found challenging about my own concealed carry journey is that I would read all sorts of opinions and personal feedback on forums. I would read reviews on different firearms websites. I would watch videos. Oh, FJ says Aegis Armory. Like this spelling? Yes, that is the way they spell it. But back to what I was saying. A lot of the feedback that I was collecting through these videos and posts and articles and everything was based from a male perspective. And just, for one thing, very different body types, and then for another, different clothing types made those opinions and feedback from male perspective just plain non-applicable whatsoever for carrying as a female. Because, you know, we have that tendency to wear these less practical kinds of clothing, like slimmer fitting pants and slimmer fitting shirts, and it totally changes what works for actually concealing, you know, without like crazy mad printing, or just plain not even concealing at all. One of the things I learned like really early on is I had a huge problem with any time that I like would kneel or bend over or sit down, my holster would, it would just straight pop out of my jeans, which is why I can't wear like anything Kydex, pretty much. Nothing that I found yet. I've tried a number of different Kydex holsters and still I'm looking for one that'll work for me, but that's why I end up having the preference for the leather-backed holsters, because those at least fit my body type, because, you know, leather breaks in and it wears into you, like a leather shoe. But it's just, in general, it's difficult to try and find one holster that just works for universally everyone, you know. So I recommend, like that other earlier user was saying, if you can try out holsters. What's unfortunate is a lot of times that means dumping money into something. My recommendation to make that a little easier is maybe try to find reviews for similar body types. Unfortunately, there's not a really great way of narrowing that down, but if you read a whole ton of reviews and watch a whole ton of reviews on a particular holster, you can usually get a decent sampling of the body type that you're looking for, or at least something that more closely approximates the body type that you're looking for. But a lot of times what it comes down to is just plain wearing it. Ah, Shoot Fast Fun is here. Hi, Shoot Fast Fun. Welcome. Luck. Crap. Typing is suffering. It's 2 a.m. here. LOL. Oh, well, thanks for staying up late. You don't have to stay up late. I'll post this chat on YouTube later and you can check it out. Also, whenever I finish with the video, I post it immediately on LiveStream. So if you go to new.livestream.com/fateofdestiny, you'll see the archives of every single live stream I've had. But I also put them on YouTube, just, you know, because I understand it's hard to try and make everybody's schedules work out for this one block of time. That's why I also have it for an hour and a half, is to try and make it easier for people to be able to tune in at least for a few minutes and then, you know, go and do whatever they need to do. Look, hope Yankee is listening. All this talk of bodies will be giving him ideas. Ah! Tristan Aaron Black, going to Knob Creek Machine Gun Shoot in April? I hadn't started planning for it. I have a couple of things going on in April, so it's more likely that if I go, I'll go to the one in, I think it's October, the fall one. But I'd like to. I mean, I've been in this, you know, I've known about it for years and just kind of haven't managed to make it down. For one thing or another came up. Oh, what also I struggle with is having the NRA show be really close to or exactly the same time as the shoot. So it's more likely that if I go, I'll go in the fall. Luck, stay up every week to talk with my lucky American friends over there. Well, thank you for including me in that number. Shoot Fast Fun, not typing much, cut my finger. It's okay, just hard to type. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you heal up quick. How'd you cut it? I think, like, the vast majority of cuts of wounds that I have from knives have not been from, like, my tack knives or any reviews or any of that. It's been from when I worked in the food service and worked making subs. Whether it was, you know, cutting bread, or like one time we had a broken butcher knife and I had to use it anyway, and that's actually how I lost my knuckle. Cut it off. Because not only was the thing broken, but it was also really dull. So that thing that people say about how dull knives are more dangerous than sharp knives, it's totally true. Totally true. Gonna shoot fast fun. Dumbly. Aww. Hot emo love. I hear you on that. Skinny jeans are hard to conceal. They are. They are tricky. I really like them. I mean, I'm a girl and I like dressing up like any other girl. And so I like to wear whatever, the fashions that are current. Most of them. I hate Uggs. I won't wear Uggs. I mean, if that's your thing, hey, you gotta do you, and that's totally cool, but I can't stand them. But I do like skinny jeans, even though it makes things difficult for concealed carry. I've just had to get more creative. Like, when I wear skinny jeans, I'll make sure to wear, or I'll wear like a looser, longer top, or more layers to make it easier. And I have a number of different holsters and concealed carry options that I rotate from, depending on what I'm going to be wearing, where I'm going to be, and what I feel like for that particular day. So I've learned that options are my friend. So now I'm at the point that I rarely have to go without, ever. Oh, here's an interesting question. Thomas Jefferson, have you ever been overseas? And if so, do you have any takes on their gun policies? I have traveled overseas, but it was largely when I was a kid, traveling with my family on vacations. And since I've been allowed to conceal carry and been old enough to purchase my own and carry my own firearms, I have not been overseas. So, I like the idea of traveling. Like, one day I want to go and basically tour, like, Europe. But I would probably make that trip short because of how restrictive the firearms policies are. I don't like the idea of spending a lot of time not carrying. Because, it's always when you least expect it that kind of stuff happens. Bigfoot 80. Des, you shoot lefty like me. In large part, I do. Yeah. It's a little bit of a funny story. I was originally, like, when I was a little baby, I was left-handed, using my left hand and grabbing things with my left hand. But my mom she had experience with parochial schools, and they basically were really strict on the kids who were left-handed. So she wanted me to avoid that experience, and so she tried to train me to just be right-handed. So it kind of stuck with some things, like I can write with either hand, but my handwriting with my right hand is a little bit better. Okay, well, yeah, a little bit better. I have really sloppy handwriting than my left, but I'm still largely left-handed. I do a lot of things left-handed, and I started learning how to use firearms with my right hand, but I'm left-eye dominant, so when I'm using long guns, it's just way easier to just whoop, shoot left-handed and just line that all up, and that works like beautiful. Whereas I can shoot right-handed when I'm shooting long guns. I have to make that concentrated effort to focus with my right eye, and some days it just doesn't want to listen to what I'm telling it to do. Like, I used the trick that a number of people gave me of, like, taping a piece of paper onto your, on your dominant eye, the lens of your shooting goggles. So I did that. I swear to goodness, for like 4 minutes, I just stared at the paper and tried really hard to stop staring at the paper. So I have my better days. I still like to practice with it because I want to have the option of being an ambi shooter, which with pistol, I shoot just as well with my left as with my right. I train with both, but I'm still struggling making that transition to shooting as well right-handed on long gun as with pistol. And Bigfoot 80 says, Destinee, you shoot lefty like me. Do you have trouble getting lefty holsters? Largely, I haven't had issues with that. I guess I've just been fortunate because most of what I use is like either Crossbreed or Aegis Armory or... No, that's pretty much what I... Oh, well, I like those... gosh, what are they called? They have the sticky, like, skin where it's rubberized, and so they don't move around a lot. Remora! There we go! Sorry, I couldn't think of that for the life of me for some reason. So I like the Remora style. Those work really great for ambi. I mean, you just reposition and bada boom, bada bing. It's already 20:09. It is like 9 minutes past when I usually do the F.O.D. Blitz. So I know there are a couple of new folks in the chat. So for those of you who haven't done a Blitz with me before, this is what I like to do, is I pick out one particular YouTuber. Usually they're either like a friend of mine, and I just plain enjoy their videos and enjoy their personality, or occasionally it'll be, or sometimes it'll be channels that have really supported me and my YouTube endeavors. Usually they're smaller channels than mine, but they have been sometimes bigger channels than mine. But funny thing is, I picked a video from a user who is a friend of mine and who I've met in person. I think they're a great person, and I enjoy talking guns and gear with them. And they've supported my YouTube endeavor, so I want to give their video a little love. So I have one specific user, one specific video, and what we'll do is head over there right now and comment on their video, on the video that I'm about to give you in about 20 seconds. So it doesn't have to be like crazy, fancy, or complicated, or particularly clever. You could just say F.O.D. Blitz, or F.O.D. sent me, or I'm here from Fate of Destinee, or whatever. Or knock yourself out, have some fun with it. Adapt a quote from a movie, or lyrics from a song, or write a poem, whatever strikes your fancy. Because what I'll be doing is reading every single one of these comments. So as ridiculous as you make your comment, that's how ridiculous I'll sound, or more ridiculous sound reading it to you. So knock yourself out, have fun with it. And this user sometimes joins my live streams. They hadn't joined them in a while, so I was kind of banking on them not joining today, but they totally did. So handgun newbie, bro, we're blitzing you, so get ready, prepare yourself. The video that I want to go visit is his newest video, Magpul AK-47 PMag magazine, first look, plus comparison to Tapco. So let me write down here the name of the channel so that y'all can find it, and the name of the video, and I will have you guys go out there and start dropping comments. I learned because of the transition to including or to integrating Google Plus, comments just kind of populate a little bit slower than they used to. So I'm gonna give you the video name and the YouTube user and tell you to go. So drop some comments, and then I'll answer a few more questions / comments, and then I will go over to the video and I'll start responding. James Sykes, you should only blitz if you see them lined up for the shotgun. Alex the Wizard, I have a good one for you this week, Des. Oh man, y'all have been preparing. I don't know if I should be afraid or excited. Because sometimes you just make me read some pretty silly stuff. What kills me a bit will be when I can tell it's a reference to a song, but I don't know the song or movie, and then I feel like an idiot, or I just plain feel bad. Or this one time, I like to tell the story because it was like the most embarrassing so far, was when, Lance Stone is his name. He is from the Czech Republic, and he had a comment for me, which I assume was written in Czech, but all I know is that I couldn't pronounce it for the life of me. I have no idea what the words were that I was trying to say, and I'm sure I butchered them horribly, but I read the comment till the end, and he got his laugh. And that was worth it for me. I mean, I don't mind poking fun of myself. I mean, if you've seen my videos, I have no ego. Like, you say what you want to say, I'm not going to get offended. So I'll be the first to tease myself or to make fun of myself. So if that means that I can make you smile, worth it. Completely worth it. And Ganubi says, OMG, I am upstairs making some food, and my phone just went nuts! LOL, thank you, Dest, ha ha ha. See, this is why I like to do these, because it, like, brings us together as a community. We can all go as our group, our team, and show a little love to some other YouTube users, because we're really, you know, ultimately our goal is the same. We want to keep our gun rights, if not expand them. So, you know, we may be our Glock guys versus our 1911 guys, or AK versus AR, or, you know, wherever your affiliations lie, but ultimately we have that same goal in mind. So I would way rather support each other than try to tear other people down. Alright, let me stop by. Oh, if you don't know Handgun Newbie, I think his first video ever was because he had bumped into me at the range. So that's just kind of a, I guess he drew a little bit of inspiration from me making YouTube videos and started his channel. Now he's got an awesome thing that he's got going on his own, not only with videos, but he has a podcast that he's doing. So Practically Tactical. I often mispronounce it. I'm sorry, HGN, but yeah, that's his show. So, which I've been on once, or is it twice now? I can't remember. But either way, it's cool. Check it out if you haven't already. And I am gonna go see if your comments have started populating, because I already have the window up, but I need to refresh it because it's not showing me anything new. 2 seconds. Excellent, there they are. Okay, let me scroll to the beginning, so I hopefully won't miss any. Guns for good. The girl in the back said, "Everyone attack," and it turned into an F.O.D. Blitz. F.O.D. Blitz. F.O.D. Blitz. That song gets stuck in my head every time we do this. Hey! I got that reference. I got that one. That was a movie reference for you guys, because I'm nerdy, and that's just how it is. The Wizard. Silence! I blitz you! I got that reference too! OMG! I'm on a roll! Alright. BC Block 02. F.O.D. Blitz. The Wizard. Silence! I blitz you again! Peter Duffy. Peter Duffy really enjoys Philia's videos, so he likes to promote her every opportunity that we have comments here open to him, which is silly. Alright, allow me to mispronounce your name one more time. Lutz Mowinski. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Still, for forever. You have been hit with an F.O.D. Blitz from F.O.D.'s German division. Alright, sweet. I have a German division. That makes me feel powerful. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? Devin Koger. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Ah! I got that one! I got that one too! Yeah! I'm throwing a party in my head, if you can't already tell. Like, I never get this many references at once. I love all these softballs y'all are pitching underhanded to me. It's wonderful. Oh, F.O.D. Blitz. That was the end of that. I just got really excited. I'm sorry. I have a tendency to do that. Charger 8921. It is time for your indoctrination into the F.O.D. T-Rex army. Blitzkrieg! USMC Redneck. USMC Redneck, a.k.a. Johnny Willits. Ah! Nice, in a YouTube for the... Got it. Johnny Willits here. Fate of Destinee sent me here. Shoot fast fun. May the Blitz be with you. F.O.D. Blitz. I totally got that reference too. Yes. Yes. There's another reference for you guys. God, if you haven't put together how, like, massive of a dork I am by now, this This conversation should really set that straight for you. Leave it to Beaner. F.O.D. Blitz! Let's see how much abuse they take. Tony Silvera. Here comes the Blitz from F.O.D. Army. Viking Night 2012. We are here to blitz, and so we shall. Blitz, 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 blitz. Compliments of the F.O.D. Army. The Acro Man. It is your destiny to be F.O.D. Blitz. I see what you did there. It's a good thing I have such a massively corny sense of humor, because I never would have survived having the name Destinee if I didn't develop that. I swear, it's like a self-defense mechanism. I've gotten so many, like, bajillions and bajillions of puns, like, my whole life. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce this one. Hi, two-man There were a lot of consonants in a row, I'm sorry. Anyway, the comment was, sup? What up? To Black, 45-331. F.O.D. Blitz. Silence! I madpull you! Ah, a little twist on that, I like it. Handgun newbie. Hey, noob face, you just got blitzed! You are such a... Wait, what? LOL. That was excellent. That was excellent. I like how you managed to comment on your own video in a non, self-serving manner. That was, yeah, kudos, man. That was hilarious. 40 cal Jeeper. The T-Rex Army has now completely conquered the Mitten State of Wisconsin. F.O.D. Blitz. M16AA1. To the tune of Lion Sleeps Tonight. Thank you. Now I can follow it without having to guess. In the YouTube, the mighty YouTube, the F.O.D. Blitz goes tonight. Oh, we mow it, oh, we mow it, oh, we mow it, oh, we mow it. Okay, I'm done. That was in the comment, though. I had to read it like that. Claro que sí. Chuckling 2003. Insert witty comment here. Courtesy of the F.O.D. Blitz. Dude, my mother loves that. She says I have a very witty sense of humor, but I am terrible at being funny, just on command, on the drop of a hat. That is not really a skill I possess. Christopher Miller. There is nowhere you can hide. The F.O.D. T-Rex Army will find you. Goggles, they do nothing. About time they come out with these. Thanks for the review. Enjoy your dinner. LOL. Oh, dinner. Crud. I'm starving. Oh, man. Hadn't even thought about it till then. I don't remember when the last time I ate was. Okay, anyway, back to comments. Ken Fuller. The Blitz has begun. Cue the flight of the Valkyries. Waffen40. We are going to blitz you more than the Seahawks scored on the Broncos. Dang! That's quite a claim. Oh my freaking gosh. Seriously? Oh, the username that I can never pronounce, that I always feel like a horrible, horrible person because I don't know how to say this. Stuff. I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard enough. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, I F.O.D. blitzed you. I had to sing that like Miley, because that's what she sounds like to me. God, that was probably my favorite comment so far, though, just because it was so silly. Lena Kasane. Hey, there's another one. And the man in the back said, everyone attack, and it turned into an F.O.D. blitz. And the girl in the corner said, boy, I want to warn you, it's going to turn into an F.O.D. blitz. An F.O.D. blitz. It was a little tricky to make sure I got the syllables in there right, but it was excellent. The comment, not my singing. That doesn't count. It's not. I'm just going to keep reading comments here. But as you notice, seriously, I've no ego. I am totally cool with embarrassing the crud out of myself in front of all of you guys, because you guys rock. And the wizard, again! F.O.D! BlitzU.com! Lena Destinee. Aw, man, somebody beat me to it. Oh well, I still appreciate it. It was a different spin on the same song, so, you know. Aussie Wombat 1. You have been F.O.D. blitzed from down under. That's gotta hurt. Oh, it's a rookie mistake, and I hate to see it happen. That was good. I liked that. Fringe Sniper. The Blitz machine has arrived. Wow, that makes it sound like awesome. Christopher Miller. No power in the verse can stop the F.O.D. T-Rex army. I got that one. I got that one too. How's my nerd cred tonight? Embarrassing enough? Emerald Knight. Greetings from Lady Destinee. You have just been blitzed. I feel like I should have had my pinky up. Oh! He says it's a Half-Life 2 reference. My name, that is. I'm still missing the last, 4 consonants on it, but I'm getting Half-Life 2, man. I just fell apart at the end there. I'm sorry, man. I'm not clever enough. Okay, let me refresh one more time just to make sure we got everybody's comments in there, because sometimes they pop up wonky. 2 seconds. Ah, see, here we go. Goggles, they do nothing. Everyone was F.O.D. blitz. Oh, I know. I see what you're going with there. Okay, how does that song go? Everybody was F.O.D. blitzing. Those cats were fast as something that rhymes with blitzing. Yeah. Took me a sec, sorry. Jayhawk USMCR. Oh, wait. I don't think he's actually following this. The F.O.D. Blitz. He's just hanging out. Okay, ooh, here's one. The Acroman. The Blitz is strong with this one. I got that one too! Oh my gosh, you guys! That's so many references! I'm gonna have a party. In my head. The wizard, at least Destinee did a better job than Miley. Ooh, that was painful for me to listen to, and I'm the one who was sort of singing that. Oof. Okay. I think we got them all. Fantastic. I like it. The Jofa Beats lost power as soon as the chat started. Just came back on. Oh, darn. This has been a particularly silly live stream, which I enjoy wholeheartedly, for sure. Thank you guys for putting up with my, ridiculousness and how my delightfully awkward social graces and my rambling and my goofiness and geekery and all of the above, the whatever it is that I am. Don't you wanna... all of this-ness. I've had an awesome time. This has been a particularly fun chat, and I really do hope to see you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel at new.livestream.com/fateofdestiny. And until then, I will see you guys on thearmsguide.com, and please totally check out fateofdestiny.com now that I'm putting new stuff up there on there. I'm really excited, and I want to share it with you guys as my friends, you know. Alex the Wizard. I'm just grateful you understood my theme for this week, Des. Yay! I win! The internet's they're mine. Bradley. Thank you one and all for the chat. And Des, go eat! I totally will. Pizza sounds super, super awesome, but now I really want New York style pizza, and I can't get that because I'm in Wisconsin. And even the good pizza places around here aren't New York style. They're different. It's not the same. I'll probably eat something like, well, I don't know. But it'll be disappointing because it won't be pizza. But no, seriously, dinner sounds awesome. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go do that because our time here is up. We'll just end with this comment. James Sykes, all your Blitz belong to us. Alright. We'll see you next week, guys. It's been awesome.